This week's Supersize and Superskinny will be swapping meals for 5 days to help them drop their dodgy diets.
We've had 11,000 calories in one day.
Our 4 anorexics are asked to challenge their body image.
It hits home how thin I am when I see myself in an age 11 like this.
And Anna Richardson continues her pursuit of the perfect body.
If I could just contour this at the top, it would just slim that a little bit. I think it would be better.
Welcome to the new feeding clinic, which is again open for business as 2 extreme eaters swap their diets for a week before embarking on a new healthy eating plan. Tonight's residents are Wayne and Lucia. Wayne is the binge-eating bus driver from Bristol.
When I look at myself in the mirror, I just see a real big, horrible fat person.
While Lucia's a fussy fast food eater.
I don't have time to cook. It's more feasible for me to grab a snack and run because I've got too much to do.
Both are proud parents desperate to change, not just for their sakes but their children's too. So before it's too late, they're checking into our diet den and they'll be under the watchful eye of Dr. Christian Jessen. He won't just find out what they're eating, but also what's eating them. This week's Super Skinny is picky 27-year-old Lucia from Hull. She's a busy single mum who's juggling baby Jake with her job in insurance, leaving herself almost no time for tea.
My lifestyle's hectic and non-stop. It's a very fast-moving lifestyle. I'm always on the go.
Busy girl Lucia tends to eat on her feet, and she has a very particular palate.
I'm a terribly fussy eater, absolutely terrible. I pick the fat off all my food. I won't eat anything if I think it's got something in that I won't like. I might snack on a sausage roll during the day, but I don't like the sausage, so I pick the pastry off the top and throw the sausage and eat the pastry.
Her flaky pastry diet is starting to cause concern.
My friends and family are always picking on me about my weight, whether they do it jokingly in humour or whether they actually say to me, you need to eat more chips, you look awful.
She may be alright at the moment, she's getting by on a packet of crisps or a sausage roll or, whatever she eats at the moment. In, say, 10 years' time, what is she going to be like then?
If I keep this diet up that I have at the moment, I think I might just stop one day.
Lucia needs to make drastic changes to her eating habits, and for the next 5 days, she'll be moving into the feeding clinic.
Nice to meet you. How are you? And sit down, yeah? We're going to go straight in heights and weights, okay? First thing we do. So take your dressing gown off for me.
She's been put through a detailed medical to make sure she's up to the task ahead.
101 pounds.
Lucia tips the scales at a meagre 7 stone 3 pounds. Her ideal weight is 8 stone 3 pounds, meaning she's a stone underweight.
You're not desperately underweight. Your diet just is of really poor quality and it's lacking all sorts of things. Why has this not changed so far?
Food really comes quite low at the bottom of my list.
Okay.
If I don't do what I do, then my son's going to suffer. If I don't make sure the house is all clean and his clothes are ready for nursery and that he's full.
What about when his mum gets ill? Because she's not eating properly, she's not really looking after herself, and he's watching all this.
That's the worry.
And learning from this.
That's the worry.
Because our kids copy us. What I'd really like you to do this week, try and work out when did you stop being a priority and why? Because I think that would be the best way for you to then be able to change things.
The stakes are high for the young mum, and she fears history repeating itself.
I lost my mum when I was very young, and it's one of my strong points is that I will be a very secure motherly figure in Jake's life. I want to be around to see him grow up, and I do worry that carrying on the way I'm going, I'm not going to be around to do that.
Give Mummy love.
Fear not, Lucia. Help is on hand in the ample form of our heavyweight Wayne.
You are 343 pounds.
He weighs in at a staggering 24.5 stone, which is 13 stone heavier than he should be, and 17 stone more than Lucia. His thigh is 3 inches bigger than her waist. 39-year-old family man Wayne works as a bus driver in Bristol. The trouble is, he treats his ride more like a restaurant.
When I know the break coming, I get a craving, and I know it's going to come. I know I'm going to the shop, I know I'm going to buy it. I don't seem to want to stop.
And every time Wayne has a pit stop, he's filling up on fatty food. Wayne's binging and secret eating, actually led him to a 5-year battle against bulimia.
For several years I've been binging quite a lot, and after the binge I would make myself sick, and which would make me feel better. But then I felt bad about being sick, and it's just a constant cycle which I couldn't get myself out of.
He never really told me that he was bulimic, so I didn't really know anything about it until I read it in some medical records and found out that way. Obviously it's really difficult for me to hear that he was really poorly. It made me feel really quite sad that I didn't know anything about it. But I think it's something now that he's really sort of overcome, I hope.
A year ago, with medical help, Wayne managed to beat his bulimia.
It's stopped. I haven't binged or purged, which is being sick, for over a year now. The journey is now I'm motivated for myself to lose the weight and live a lot healthier lifestyle. I'm at the point where I want to do something about it and we'll get a better quality of life.
Wayne, let's crack straight in with what your BMI is. And I've worked it out to be 53.3, which is a very high BMI. I would call a BMI over 30 an overweight, obese BMI. 50, therefore, comes with significant health risks. I'm glad to hear that you've got over your bulimia now and that's dealt with. Why do you feel now it's time to deal with the overeating itself?
I want to prove to myself that I'm able to control the food and I'm able to carry on this process as much as I can and lose lots of weight.
With his bulimia beaten, Wayne must now attempt to battle the bulge, and not just for his sake.
My whole life, bearing in mind, is around my family and children, which I don't see them often because of the weight. And it makes me feel really, really sad, like I'm not joining in their lives. They're growing up, and soon enough they're going to be leaving, and I'm not going to have any memories of them.
Wayne and Lucia's weights are poles apart, but they're about to come crashing together.
How are you? What's your name?
Lucia,
I'm Wayne. Hello.
I think he looks like a lovely cuddly teddy bear.
That's me. That's the big boy.
But Lucia's about to find out that what he eats is far from cuddly, as Christian reveals their shocking weekly food intakes.
So, we're going to start with you, Lucia. Oh, Lucia. What is that? Is that a breakfast?
On the go.
Ah, a chocolate bar. Let's go on to your lunches, see if it gets any better, please. Bacon sandwiches. That is a little weeny bit of a sausage roll. Is that an entire lunch?
Yes.
Why only half a sausage roll?
I don't really like meat.
Why are you buying a sausage roll if you don't like meat?
Because there's not much else that you can buy on the go that'll be warm that you can just sort of grab.
Let's move on to your dinners, Lucia. Here we go. Chicken and chips?
Yeah, chicken nuggets and chips.
So, Lucia, that is about it for your main meals. This tube is really quite shocking because it's deficient in nearly every vitamin and mineral.
The recommended daily amount of calories for a woman is 2,000. Lucia's daily intake is 1,500 calories. That's a weekly undereat of 1.5 days.
Wayne, we're going to start with breakfast. Let's have a look at what you eat.
Pie.
And another one.
Another one.
And chocolate bar. And crisp. What's in those sandwiches?
Beef.
This is a very funny mixture of food for breakfast.
Some convenience.
Lunches. Oh, another pork pie. Let's move on and have a look at your dinners now. Spaghetti bolognese, fish and chips.
No.
A lot of starchy food. Wayne, the average man needs about, let's say, 2,500 calories a day. Guess how many you're getting through?
Really wouldn't know.
On a bad day in this tube, you had 11,000 calories in one day.
11,000.
4 times the amount of fat that you should be having. Yeah?
Yeah.
Wayne's average daily intake is 7,000 calories. That's a weekly overeat of 12.5 days.
These diets, both of them are dire, and we need to change them. Diet Swap is going to start now.
We're all obsessed with food, our bodies and weight. I'm Anna Richardson and am I happy? No, my body and ways to improve it have become my obsession. I want a perfect body and I'm prepared to try anything. So far I've attempted to flatten my jelly belly, park up my puppies and tighten my tush. This week I'm tackling my problem pins. I'm obsessed with getting leaner legs and it's not just celebrities I'm feeling the pressure from, it's everywhere. Beautiful stockings, fabulous legs. The problem? Me. girls, I present you with my two friends, the Fingos, otherwise known as an upper thigh bingo wing, which makes wearing a hold-up stocking deeply unflattering. How on earth are you meant to get rid of those babies? Call them what you will, Fingos, thunder thighs or tree trunks, mine have got to go. It's time I paid my next visit to see my hunky but sadistic personal trainer, Matt. He's previously been working on my boobs.
Give it a little bit of a lift, a little bit of shape.
But this week's quest is for me to start getting pins like Posh.
Alternating lunges, let's go.
Oh, that's not easy. First, he's got me doing leg-burning lunges, apparently good for toning your thighs and your tush.
Abs in, abs in.
But they're hard.
2 more, then we've got rest. Let's go.
Oh, I do feel a bit weird, Matt. Take that a second, yeah. Next, the kettlebell. Twice as effective as performing squats alone, allegedly a favourite of J-Lo and Penelope Cruz. 30 minutes with this bad boy burns 500 calories. I hated that. Hated it. I'm having a bit of a moment. I reckon I've spent maybe 10 sessions in the gym, and I don't understand why I'm not Lara Croft. There is no change in my body. Why am I not an Olympic athlete already? There must be a shortcut to better legs, and if there's one person that knows, it's the woman whose legs were the former perfect pins of Pretty Polly, Jamelia. Hello? Hiya, Mrs. Hang on a minute. Is that you eating biscuits?
Oh, I love biscuits.
My world has fallen apart, Jamelia. So listen, you have got the most famous legs in the business right now. Have you always had amazing pins?
Well, growing up, when I was younger, I hated my legs. I was so embarrassed by them. They were so long and gangly, but no, I hated them.
How funny. But spin forward 20 years, your skirts are up there, lady. How do you keep your body and how do you keep your legs looking so fabulous? Do you do anything in particular?
Although I wouldn't say I do everything I can do, like I don't go to the gym, and I know I should, but
Hang on. You don't go to the gym?
I really can't be bothered. Like, I did really...
I love you! You must be like the first celebrity I've ever met that's actually going, hands up, I don't go to the gym, I hate it.
I just do little things like I take the stairs instead of going in the lift, and I just love bike riding. It's great.
Okay, so keep active. It's as
Absolutely.
simple as that for you?
Yes, absolutely. As simple as that.
So, no gym for Jamelia. But the one tip I can take away that doesn't sound too hard is to take the stairs. Show me the nearest stairway to heaven. Apparently, there are some people who choose to run up on that building for fun. What's worse, I'm about to join them. Tower running is the latest hardcore fitness craze to sweep the planet. It involves scaling the staircases of the world's tallest buildings and is billed as one hell of a tough full leg workout.
To do a tower run.
Will it tone my thighs?
It will indeed, yeah. It gives you those lovely sort of nice muscle marks there. So.
Okay, muscle marks good, muscle marks good. So I'm facing 600 feet and more than 900 steps to the top. Now, girls, if like me you hate the gym, give this a bash. It burns twice as many calories as walking upstairs. That's about 1,000 calories an hour. Just what I need if I'm ever going to get those shapely celebrity legs. That is murder on the thighs. Murder. And after a hard week down the gym, I think half a skyscraper is pretty good going. That's an incredible view of London, isn't it? All right, so I cheated. I can't help it. No pain, no gain? Forget it. I'm definitely a quick fix type of girl. And find out how I get that fix later.
This week's feeding clinic residents are Wayne, the binge-eating bus driver from Bristol, and Lucia, the fussy fast food eater. It's dinner time on day one, and our diet swappers are about to dish up their first meal in the food clinic.
Tea time.
What's that?
Chicken Kiev with potatoes and couscous and a few bits of pieces afterwards.
Which are your everyday side orders of pizza and chocolate. Whereas Man Mountain Wayne will have to be content with a chocolate bar.
Is that you really eat for tea? a chocolate bar.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Do you use a knife and fork? This is nice.
Wayne's chocolate canapé doesn't even touch the sides.
Well, I enjoyed that. I'm not in control anymore of my menu of my food. I've never had that before, and so I'm in a world of unknown at the moment.
Lucia's chickening out of the Kiev, but there are still 2 courses to go, whereas Wayne's looking like he could actually eat Lucia. It's a valiant effort for our Superskinny, but she's forced to raise the white flag.
We'll have to leave that if that's all right. I feel full. I feel really full. I feel beyond full. Just too much. I think Wayne's going to be very hungry by the end of the week. If he's used to eating portions like this 3-4 times a day, he's going to be starving.
It's day 2, and guess what Wayne's thinking about?
Hoping to get something to eat today, because I'm starving.
I'm not looking forward to breakfast because I'm full. I'm still full from last night's tea, and I don't eat pork pie at any time of the day, let alone at breakfast, so I'm quite scared.
And Lucia should be, as she's about to experience Wayne's world.
What are we up to then?
This is my job. I'm going to show you what I do in a day.
And in an average day, Wayne will stop 3 times and refuel, with a belly-busting bag of convenience food.
There you go.
First pit stop, and Lucia's faced with a 2,000-calorie breakfast, including a pork pie.
That pie's big in your hands.
That tastes like sausage roll.
Whereas poor old Wayne is getting absolutely nothing.
Nice washing again. Sounds rumbling, all sorts.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm with you. Every mouthful.
But even with Wayne's moral support, she's beaten.
Thank you ever so much, but I can't possibly eat anything else.
Then it's back on the road, but not for long.
I don't want anything else to eat. Oh, it's hard. I'm full. It's just more rubbish on top of what I've already eaten.
It was scary. I was actually, daunted and scared by the prospect of another meal. Where's it going to go? How am I going to... Don't really want to put the food in my mouth.
I can't believe how much I eat in a day, actually. I'm disgusted with myself, to be honest with you. Seeing the amount of food that I eat, and I could eat quite easily in quite a fast time, is something I need to address very soon.
Wayne is an ex-bulimic, and up until recently he used to secretly eat on his bus. Bulimia nervosa is an eating disorder characterised by episodes of secretive, excessive eating, followed by self-induced vomiting, abuse of laxatives, or excessive exercise. 10% of bulimics in the UK are men. Bulimia is treated with a combination of psychotherapy and medication. If you or someone you know is showing these symptoms, or you'd like more information about your relationship with food, go to the Channel 4 website at www.channel4.com/health. Back to the feeding clinic, and the belly-busting meals continue for Lucia, but poor starving Wayne has to make do with just tea.
I'm embarrassed by the fact. I'm embarrassed.
Yes, well, I would be as well. Hang on. Skipping meals is not good.
It's just abominable, isn't it? It's abominable that I'll do that to you. I feel awful.
Well, it isn't to me, it's doing it to yourself, that's the main thing. I'm feeling emotions that I've never felt before, i.e. the hunger and the constant thing about food. I can't think of anything else at the moment but food.
It's just so much of it. To put more fried, greasy food on top, it was quite hard.
It's day 3 of the diet swap, and while Lucia's enjoying her morning pasty, it's Wayne's turn to experience her way of eating, fussy and on his feet. Considering he's pretty much survived off air for the past 48 hours, the sausageless roll just isn't doing it.
I'm hungry and I can taste the food. I'm not enjoying it. I usually always sit down and have food, obviously even on the bus or at home. I never eat walking like this. It's just It's not natural.
For the first time in 20 years, Wayne fails to finish a meal.
I can't eat that pastry. It's just not right. I'm not, it's really unhappy about it, to be honest with you. I just can't eat walking.
Time to confront Lucia's mobile munching.
I left this.
Didn't you like it?
I was looking forward to it. I was enjoying it, but I didn't enjoy it walking around at all.
No.
I believe that at meal time, although I do have a lot of meals, I sit in my bus or I'm sat down, I do make it a meal time. Don't know why you eat walking around.
Because I'm dashing about, I guess I don't really enjoy the food. Well, no, I don't enjoy the food. I only eat sausage rolls because they're quick and easy and I can grab them on the run. If I actually designate some time, get something that I like and sit down and eat properly, even if it's just 15 or 20 minutes, just sit down and eat something that I like and enjoy it.
Finally, Lucia's starting to see how giving herself some time will help to fix her food problems. Christian now wants to warn Wayne of the dangers of letting emotions control your eating, with a message from someone in the States who's 11 stone heavier than he is.
What I want to do now with you, Wayne, is show you a video that has been made especially for you.
Hi, my name is Victor. I'm 43 years old and I weigh 36 stone. When I was 31, I was 270 pounds. I played basketball almost every day. My first wife died of breast cancer. My mother died 5 months later. I was major depressed, manic depressed. And between the alcohol, the drugs, and the food, that's all I ever did. I went from 270 to 350 in a matter of months. Then from that to 4. But that was the spiral. The more weight you gained, the more you start not to care. It is damn a death sentence. It is, and the truth is, there's so many ways to die. You know, when you're this weight, because it affects every aspect of your life. You know, and death does not just mean physical death, but it simply means having no life. I have children from 6 to 16. I can't run behind them at this weight. You know, I want to dance with them, but I can't because I don't have the mobility or the wind to do that. In my mind, I can conceive throwing the baseball to my son, or out there playing with them, but my body says no, you know, and the weight says no, you know, and many times it's depressing. That's now, I tell anybody, man, if you can reverse the curse of morbid obesity, do it before it gets out of control. Wayne, eating emotionally from emotions is not the way. Try to find a better way to deal with your emotions rather than eating, because it's costing you your life. You don't want to have to get to this point that I'm at now. It's a long road back, and everybody doesn't make it back. So why even go there? Food is just as detrimental as crack cocaine or heroin addiction or any other addiction, and it will affect every aspect of your life. You know some of the ways I'm talking about right now. You know some of the things that you do now, that you used to do, that you can't do right now. It only gets worse. Don't let it overtake you. It's a monster, and it will overrule your entire life.
How did you feel as you were just watching it?
I just felt upset. I can see myself there. I can see myself sat on the settee, being a lot bigger. I can see myself. That could be me.
You're the guy that makes the decisions in your life.
Yeah.
No one else really makes decisions for you. You do. You either say, no, I'm staying on the sofa, or you say, yes, I'm going to go out and play with you and run around, and I may
conscious effort, go out.
But it's going to get better and better and better.
A stuffed Lucia and her starving diet swap partner Wayne, who is 3.5 times her weight, have been exchanging their usual meals for the past few days. Wayne has also been shown a hard-hitting message from 36 stone Victor, a supersizer from across the pond.
Try to find a better way to deal with your emotions rather than eating, because it's costing you your life.
Our two diet swappers have now decided to look back into their pasts to see if they can uncover any emotional connections that may have triggered their eating problems.
I had quite a normal childhood, I think, up to about 12. I started getting a bit fatter. My mum, she had to go out. Me and my sister had no babysitter, so we were on our own. This is the secret eating started from, so it manifests itself from this point over here. It's quite a long period, up to the present day, to be honest with you. I've been secret eating. I was using it as a comfort where I was on my own. The cliche, the comfort eating, it is really real, because you find comfort in the eating if I was using the food as a substitute to my mum, I suppose, almost.
With Wayne now understanding his own emotional connection with food, Lucia looks back to her childhood for answers.
I've been about 6 years old there. Quite normal, mum and dad were together. Quite happy. About 13 there. So between that picture and that picture, mum and dad divorced, moved into separate houses. And then when I was 10, my mum died. And we had no choice then but to move back with my dad.
And how was the food thing? Can you remember?
It was when I moved back that the food problem started. Skipping meals.
So you were skipping meals at that early age then?
Yeah, right from after my mum passed away. It seems that whenever I get upset or if I have problems and all the knots and the anxiety starts in my stomach, it knocks my appetite and I don't eat.
As a comfort, if I get upset or there's something emotional going on, I turn to food. And
I turn away from food.
You're gone.
Looking at those photos, you can see that I've just shied away from food. If something happens again, I can see that damage has been done and I'm going to have to find another way of dealing with whatever's going on.
For myself, I've got to do another outlet other than use food as a comforter.
For the first time in years, the normally hectic Lucia actually takes a bit of time out to relax and reflect.
I feel really well, feel like I could face the things in my mind really, whereas a lot of the time you'll disguise them with whatever problems are going on. You think, oh well, yes, I've got to do this and I've got to do that. And it's really nice just to be able to just sit and be at peace with yourself.
I'm really pleased that Lucia has finally taken the time to slow down and think about herself for once. It's not something she's ever really done before, and this is a first big step in changing her eating habits.
It's the last night in the feeding clinic, and Lucia's finally dishing up a square meal for Wayne.
Looking forward to this.
I bet you
It's
are.
lovely. First meal of the week.
Yeah, it is.
And the last.
I was really looking forward to my tea this evening. I could smell the food as it was cooking and it was making me hungry.
Do you reckon you'll find time when you get home? Or you say you're busy at home?
I'm going to make time. And it'll become normal to Jake that Mum's in the kitchen cooking dinner.
That was one of the first meals I've enjoyed.
How does it make you feel? Do you feel full?
I feel a lot happier. I feel, yeah, it's like, oh, it's nice.
Thank you very much. That was lovely. I can honestly say that was a lovely meal.
Amazing.
A week of swapping meals has shown them the error of their ways. Now it's time for Dr. Jessen to hand over their healthy eating plans.
This is, I'm afraid to say it, a typical both of you style meal. This is more what it's about, okay? First of all, tell me how it looks to you. Wayne?
It looks really appetising. There's a lot of colour in there and it just looks really nice.
It looks healthy, it looks green, and it looks full of goodness.
The great thing about this packed lunch is it's so simple. All the food groups are represented here. You've got a beef sandwich, bit of iron for you, very important protein, and some salad in there. You've got some pasta salad, which gives you the carbohydrates and the vegetables in it. And also we put pine nuts in because they're a good source of iron. So that, I propose to you, is the way forward. Let me give you now your diet plans. This is everything that you need to know, basically, hopefully for the years ahead. Lucia, that one's yours. Wayne, that one's for you.
Thank you.
I'll see you both in 12 weeks' time. And that's not the end of it. That's really the start of it. It's just to make sure everything's working properly, you've managed to put the changes into place, and you're happy. And we'll see how you go from there. All right, guys? Good.
Thank you.
I am going to change my lifestyle so that I have got more time for myself.
Goodbye. Best of luck.
Bye-bye. It was lovely to meet you.
And we'll see you soon.
We'll see you in 12 weeks. I'm going to become selfish in that sense. I will prioritise my life better so that I kind of come first. Obviously, I've always got my son, which will come.
A year ago, I managed to conquer my bulimia. I'm now ready to be 100% focused on being a healthier father, a healthier husband, and a more active person.
Fiona, Morag, Ashley and Roz are all suffering from anorexia nervosa. Under the guidance of consultant psychiatrist Dr. Peter Rowan and eating disorder dietitian Ursula Philpott, they're following a course of therapy designed to confront their fears and anxieties. Today, at the halfway point of the course, Ursula has asked the group to address their negative body image by challenging them to go shopping and trying on clothes they normally avoid. 25-year-old Fiona has been battling with her body image since she developed anorexia while still at school.
Most of the time when I think about going clothes shopping, it feels like I don't deserve nice new clothes, and also I just don't feel particularly attractive, and so it feels like it's a waste of money to try and wear nice things.
We all choose clothes and wear clothes which to some extent reflect how we feel on the inside. Anorexics have low self-esteem, and their clothing tends to reflect this, as does their entire body image, and they feel small and diminished and unnoticeable inside, so they present themselves as small, diminished and unnoticeable on the outside.
Although still self-conscious, Fiona's confidence is growing, and she's made an important decision.
I think it is going to be really difficult for me, but I am going to buy this. I think if I had some curves to show this dress off, it would look quite nice. It's more what I'm hopeful for. It's more about what I could wear in the future rather than how I feel about wearing it now.
I find it difficult talking to shop assistants. I'd rather avoid the discomfort of sort of having to explain to a shop assistant that I need a smaller size, or no, that size doesn't fit me, and hearing her say, well, we don't do any smaller. It's kind of a bit embarrassing because sort of being a guy, you're expected to be a strapping man.
Before anorexia, Ashley had a body he was proud of, but having lost over 3.5 stone, he now struggles to find jeans that fit him.
They're huge. Unbelievable. I mean, I'd quite like to have sort of like a muscular tone as opposed to sort of skinny and a bit gaunt. Just like I was, really. I felt I looked like a man should look. Now I kind of feel like I look like a little boy.
Diagnosed with anorexia 4 years ago, Roz's weight has plummeted to a shocking 5 stone. The fact she has to shop in the children's section is a reminder of just how desperate her situation is.
It's horrible. I think, gosh, here I am, up in the children's departments at the age of 37, how sad. They're going to be huge.
I do find it difficult to see Roz as she is now, being so thin. It's actually quite harrowing in a way to look at a person like that and to see what they've done to themselves.
These are just ridiculous. It hits home how thin I am when I see myself in an age 11 like this.
Today's task keeps Roz focused on her road to recovery. Having forced the group to face up to their malnourished body shape and size, Ursula decides to take them back to the source of the problem: food.
Bacon one, that looks quite nice actually. Tuna. Do you want to go for tuna? Yeah, well done actually. The group has now finished their shopping task and it's lunchtime, so we've brought them downstairs to the cafeteria to try and select a sandwich lunch. It's important to bring the focus back to food and get the group used to eating in public. Cheers! Have a lovely lunch, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Cheers!
Although the group have a long way to go, just eating a sandwich lunch in a crowded cafe is a huge step for them in beating their illness.
If it was a restaurant and it suddenly disappeared in front of you, that was okay.
Right.
But actually having to go up and pick it was...
Yeah, so choosing is the difficult bit, isn't it?
Can I try one of your crisps? I'm going to be,
Well done.
I'm going to be really
You are good, brave.
Hit the spot.
Did it? Enjoyed
Lovely.
it.
Really good.
The group are now 4 weeks in, and it's important to keep them moving forward, so Ursula has eyes in store.
Occasion to them, yes.
She's asked their loved ones to write them a letter to show their support and help them realise that they're not alone.
Hey Ash, you know this awful illness has consumed you for so long.
It's easy to forget that actually there are many positive and special things about you that still shine through.
You are talented and intelligent in so many ways. You always give 100% to everything and never let people down.
And you have so much to give.
Some traits are deeper than others, but they are all just bursting to show themselves again.
For Mother Hen.
Dear Fiona, we'd just like to let you know what things we like about you. We love your wicked sense of humour and your beautiful smile and laugh.
We love your passion for maths and how much you want to and can pass that passion on to others. And we also love your determination to beat anorexia, and we are so, so proud of what you've achieved so far.
Love, Mum and Dad. If you can focus on the positive and the fact that there is a family there who love you very much, and they can still remember you as you really are, and they see through the illness, that is huge incentive to keep getting better for them.
Yeah. Dear Maya, I wanted to write about things that make you who you are, and which I feel have been subsumed in the day-to-day life of living with your illness.
And while I know that neither of us say it often enough, I know that we both love each other.
I know that she knows how much we care about her, and I know that she is happy, and that you have made that possible.
And always remember that you are not your illness. You are so much more than that.
All my love, Richard.
Thank you.
It's difficult to hear all those things, particularly from Richard, because he puts up with such a lot of rubbish from me. It's important to believe there are positive things about me and I'm not a complete failure. So it's helped to highlight that to me, and that I need to be more conscious of reminding myself of those things.
Dearest Roz, the reasons that I love you I know very well, but they are hard to write down.
They are the reasons that have always been. They are still true, just been slightly overshadowed by your illness.
You say that you are not good for William, but you really, really are good for him. I really miss you and want all of you back again so that we can enjoy the rest of our lives together to the full. Loads of love, Adam.
Wonderful to hear those things from Adam. Positivity isn't reinforced, then the negativity just creeps in.
I think the task today was particularly useful because it really helped to remind each of the group members about their real identity and about who they are without their anorexia. Coming up, Anna tries to zap away her troublesome fingers.
Okay, so my thighs all fried? Yeah, all fried.
And after 3 months on their diet plans, Wayne and Lucia reunite to see if the swap has been a success.
Look how handsome you look!
I'm Anna Richardson, and this week my aim is to get the perfect pins. Up until now there's been lots of pain and no gain, so now I'm looking for the quick fix. So I've booked myself in to see Dr. Dancy, a top doc for smoothing out your cellulites in the hope of getting lovelier legs.
This is a little bit of fatty tissue, which I'm afraid is a very common problem. Many ladies have it. In terms of getting rid of the fatty tissue, it's going to be a struggle on your own.
First is a procedure that uses ultrasound to break down fatty cells, releasing fat into the body. But the downside is it then needs burning off, otherwise it'll just be reabsorbed. So for the next few days, it's more exercise to get the best results.
Procedure number 1, mission. Ow! Oh, that tape hurts.
The second and third treatments both heat the collagen under the skin to firm it up, giving my fingers a well-needed lift. One uses an infrared heat light and the other uses radio waves.
If we just pop this, it's like an antenna.
An antenna? Yeah. Am I going to be tuning in various radio stations? Sharon Stone, Tom Cruise and Madonna are all allegedly fans.
Okay, so are my thighs all fried?
They're all fried.
Brilliant. Have my Thingo wings gone, Faye?
They will be, certainly in a few weeks.
They've recommended I have 3 treatments in total.
I can happily say that my skin is much tighter, much firmer, much smoother, but there's still no inch loss on my big, fat, wobbly upper thighs. So I fear that short of the surgeon's knife, my Thingo wings are just a tragic fact of life.
For 1 week, Lucia and Wayne swapped diets to break their bad eating habits. And after 3 months following individual diet plans, they're back to see Dr. Jessen.
One thing I found most difficult was dealing with the cravings.
The biggest change for me over the last 12 weeks is just that I eat. I eat all the time now.
So Wayne, it's good to have you back again. And how are you feeling? Different?
I feel a lot different. Yeah, I feel a lot more confident, more outgoing, more energetic. I feel really good.
You were a real emotional eater. It was an emotional hunger that you were fulfilling, and that often is harder to crack. So it's good to hear that you think you have.
It's required a lot of effort. It's gone on for a long, long time, this food problem I've had.
Your bad habits.
My bad habits.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was just down to me, and I have changed.
What's the secret?
Discipline, and just keep yourself motivated, and keep thinking back to good stuff, and not going back to bad stuff.
So Lucia, welcome back. You look very, very well.
Thank you.
What's different for you?
Everything now. I eat all the time, and I think I realised I was hungry all the time, but because I was hungry all the time, to me that was normal, whereas now I can recognise my hunger and I can deal with it, and it's nice, it's pleasurable.
How different do you feel now?
I feel a lot different. I feel a lot stronger, definitely a lot stronger, a lot more emotionally stable as well. When I look at situations, I feel like I've got the strength to deal with them now. Whereas before it was all a bit last minute and all a bit frantic and a little bit everything everywhere.
After 12 weeks, it's time for the pair to be reunited.
Fabulous, look how handsome you look.
Thank you very much. You look
Do you feel
amazing.
well?
Yeah, yourself?
Yeah,
How you getting on? And the sausage rolls in?
No, not one.
No,
not
half,
one.
well, half a sausage roll.
Not even half.
Shut the others out.
Can't believe how well you look. You look brilliant. Have you lost weight in sizes? Have you gone changed?
Oh yeah, now I'm going to buy off the hanger now, so I'm really pleased about that.
Really, really good.
Yeah, it's great.
Coming to interrupt you both. I have to say, if ever there was a success story, it's you two. I'm so proud of you. I think you've nailed this completely, and you are two different people standing in front of me compared to the two that I met 3 months ago. You both did each other a lot of good, because that's the point of the swap, and you sitting there eating Wayne's food was the big wake-up call for you.
Yeah, just with that food out in front of you, that's what in my mind all the time. It shocked me to the point of this.
I think it was by about day 3 when you hadn't even had a meal that I realised that I just thought that's not normal by anybody's standards.
So, should I put you out of your miseries with... I mean, you know, both of you, clearly, you have absolutely put on weight. You've put on 2 inches around your tummy, which actually in 3 months is... I'm quite shocked by that. So I'm going to say to you, easy, and you've put on 5 pounds as well.
Oh, well done.
So, but it's so obvious. And you, mister, I mean, 2.5 stone you've lost. It's phenomenal. And 5 inches around here, which is why things are not fitting or fitting too loosely now. So I'm delighted. I don't have anything more to say to you guys other than you've made me a very happy doctor.
I'm really pleased. It's given me the extra confidence to go on. It's great.
So now I think that my body's got used to eating again and knows how to recognise hunger. I don't think you can stop me now. I like it too much.